Hi
Hi,
guys.
everyone.
So we had some technical difficulties on the Zoom call. So we're recording another one for you with all the facts. It's going to be kind of speedy, but if you have any questions at all, let us know. Reach out, email, call us, message us. You know where to find us, and we'll answer your questions.
So I'm going to start sharing the screen right now, and we are going to jump through some fun. Okay, here we go. So, viewing, full screen. All right, so TALMA, the full year experience.
In just 8 months, you could be moving to, drumroll please,
Mitzpe Ramon. So, about what the program is going to look like. Socially, what to expect.
So you're not just going to, I think what Alone really touched on was we're not giving you like a very cookie cutter program. Socially, you're going to understand what it's like to live in Israel. You're going to be a part of a community of 20 American teachers, 20 Israeli teachers, and you're really going to have the freedom to just live your life. Alone made a point to let us know that he's got some fun things up his sleeve planned. And
spa days.
And you're really going to be able to experience Israel and make it as social as you would like it. It's not something where you have something programmed every single day. You know, if you like to take it easy or you want to go out, you're going to have the freedom to live your social life the way that you want to.
It's not going to be as intense as the summer program where your days are scheduled and you have a calendar of events. There will be some stuff available, but for the most part, you're going to be teaching the school in a full-time role. And professionally, what that looks like is it's not going to be the same as the summer program. You are not going to be sharing your classroom with a co-teacher, although every single teacher in the program will have the opportunity, if they want a support in the classroom, an aide who has the ability to speak Hebrew and hopefully some English as well, they'll be in the classroom to share it with you. So you got to run your classroom as you wish, which is different from the regular program, but we're going to give you all the tools necessary to support you in that. Beyond that, in terms of personal kind of components of it, what does it look like in terms of the living situation with the apartment?
So and I'll touch on this in a little bit as well, but it's not going to be like what you get in the summer. In the summer, you know, we typically share a room, we share a bathroom. You may not have the ability to cook, you might not have a kitchen, but with this program, you are going to be living in an apartment, a real apartment with a kitchen, a living room, in your own bedroom. You're going to have, you know, that free time to have, you know, that own personal time for yourself, and you're going to be able to make a life in Israel, you know, without having that roommate that's always in your room, and you're going to be able to cook. I think that's a great thing.
Exactly. So with all of that in mind, we're going to dive into some of the fun financials of the program to kind of help you figure out how you can afford this opportunity. It's not the same as the summer program where you're just volunteering your time out of the good of your heart, which hopefully, you know, you're joining this program out of the good of your heart too. But there are also some really great financial benefits. So Rachel, kick us off.
So I don't know about you guys, but being a teacher, I always, you know, I'm looking for a great opportunity to save some money. So if you think about our life in the U.S. as teachers, our typical salary ranges normally from $24,000 to $55,000 per year. It really depends on where you teach. And although that number, you know, sometimes can sound big at first, we have a lot of expenses that, you know, we're responsible for here in the U.S. We have rent, which regardless of where you're living is absolutely astronomical. We also have health insurance, which can be included, cannot be included, but it's a financial burden for some. We also have, you know, transportation, whether that be a car payment, car insurance,
gas money,
money for like bus or train system. You have your food expenses, and, you know, after all that's said and done, you have some money left in your paycheck, but don't forget that we also have taxes that suck up the rest of that. And with all that being said, what leaves us with is a very sad piggy bank.
Very sad.
All the money's outside of it. So think about what TALMA can do for you. In Israel, we know that pigs aren't for eating. Pigs are for saving money in. So here's how we're different. We cover your core living expenses. So your accommodation is that apartment where you're not sharing a bedroom, you get your own bedroom. That apartment is going to be covered. You also get a living stipend, which includes 1 meal per day. Your transportation is included, you know, in regards to the program. And that $14,000 stipend that we wish to give you is going to be tax-free, which is really nice. And your health insurance is the same as in the summer. where it is provided. So you get to save the rest of that $14,000 the way that you would like. And I don't know about you, but that's a pretty big chunk of money.
Cha-ching. So with that, to go or not to go, thinking through your decision, we're going to touch on a couple of the points and the questions that might arise as you're trying to decide if this is the right opportunity for you. So speaking from my own experience of having spent over a year abroad and in teaching fellowships overseas, there was this big question of, am I living my life by doing this opportunity, or am I putting things on pause? A lot of people ask questions of, what's going to happen to your career when you come back? Relationships, are you, avoiding actually settling down and figuring out your life going forward? You're in your mid to late 20s, what's going on with you? And to that, I'm really glad that I didn't listen to those voices and those people who were saying, it's not the right move to do at this time in your life. For me, it was really putting my life on play and getting to live and experience and having those opportunities to self-explore and figure out what I want to do with my life. Is teaching right for me? Is Israel right for me? And ultimately, I started my program in Israel. I ended my time of traveling in Israel, and TALMA has kickstarted my life. It's put me on this trajectory where I made the decision to step outside the classroom. I'm now working with TALMA, and all of these amazing relationships that I made along the way and the people I met and the opportunities that I now get as a result is because I took that chance. And so that will look different for each of you. Hopefully it does involve staying in the classroom or doing whatever works for you. For some, you'll end up in Israel. Other people may not. But this is an opportunity to really take time for yourself and figure out your life and make decisions and live. So some of the benefits that you can share with others, and you can also use to kind of make the argument when you're figuring out pros and cons of joining an opportunity like this. Like Rachel said, you're going to put $14,000 away in the bank. And we all know that when life is happening and you're getting your paycheck at home, when you're teaching, whatever it might be, you're not necessarily always saving as much as you could. You're spending on extra things. You are, not being as careful with your money as you can be. You can literally take the $14,000 and put it all away in the bank, because for the most part, all of your expenses are covered. Your accommodation, all of your, Wi-Fi, cable, the different needs that you have, that's all taken care of. So everything else you can pretty much save and no taxes out of that. So you're walking away from this with a good chunk of change in the piggy bank. In terms of network, you're getting to be with these 20 or so Israeli teachers, the 20 other people in the program. And not only is that professional networking, but also personal networking in terms of a lot of new incredible friends. Resume opportunities I'll talk about in a moment. I already shared about the self-exploration, but think about the opportunities to also explore and travel. Same way that in the summer program, we do weekends away and excursions, we'll be offering opportunities like that as well for our participants. And then finally, hey, best hummus in the world in your backyard. That's a pretty good benefit too. So professional benefits, a lot of your administration and other people who you work with are going to say, how is this going to benefit us if you want to return to your job afterwards? So a couple of things depending on where you work. Some of these are relevant, some are more personal benefits, but unlike the summer program, we'll actually be offering complimentary Hebrew lessons in a formal program. So those who wish to learn Hebrew in a deeper capacity, you'll have that opportunity. We're also working right now to try and partner with Ben Gurion University in the Negev to allow you guys to take coursework in English in a variety of different subjects as well. And then finally, we're partnering with the Relays Graduate School of Education, who will be offering professional development seminars and trainings for you. So this is a PD experience. You can share that with your schools. We're happy to put it in writing and make it official. But this is something that you can sell to your school as something that will make you come back better. And hopefully they'll partner with you to help make this possible. Last thing I'll say to that effect is just that all schools right now are having an influx of immigrant students and need ESL teachers. And so to be able to have this opportunity in a year of professional development in ESL specifically, that should make you incredibly marketable upon your return if you choose to as well. Not going to go too deep into this, but our very own Lee Marcus shared his thoughts on his experience in Mitzpe. And I think some people might have fears or concerns about, why Mitzpe as opposed to Jerusalem, or why Mitzpe as opposed to somewhere else. We picked Mitzpe because it's a community, and so are we. And this is an opportunity for us to really show up in full force and make a really big difference in this community. It is a chance for you guys to bond with the people and the locals in the community. And so even if you're thinking this is not as maybe a spot for an extrovert as somewhere like Jerusalem or whatever it might be, It's going to be an incredibly social opportunity. We will make social opportunities happen. And as we mentioned, Alone already has lots of fun events and exciting opportunities planned for you. So with that, I'm not going to talk about, what it means to join a program like this as opposed to teaching abroad somewhere else. If you're on this call or you asked for this recording and you've been part of TALMA in the past, we know you love Israel. We take care of you, and we wanted that to be us getting fed grapes, but we weren't so lucky. And you know that you love TALMA, you love this community, and this is a family you're already a part of. So why go off and venture to some unknown in terms of trying out a different program or not knowing what you're getting? We are what you know us to be, and we'll continue to be that and to evolve. And so we hope that you'll help pioneer this opportunity with us and join this really exciting journey. So in terms of timeline, I'm going to turn it back to Rachel, and we'll wrap it up after that. And if you have questions, just hit us up by email, phone, text, whatever, call me maybe.
So here's the timeline we're thinking for the full year program. We have the info session today, January 2nd. We're going to open up the application at the latest, January 6th. We'll send that out to you guys. We ask that you apply by February 5th, which is nice because that gives you a full month to kind of think about that decision and, talk to your administrators and kind of look at where this program, falls in your life and how you can contribute to it. And then we plan to make our acceptances by February 20th. So we hope to notify you guys of your selection by President's Day.
If you have, concerns or things that you're worried about, Alone has made it clear that he wants to open himself up to being a sounding board for those concerns and to help answer. We're happy to be that as well. But if you're interested in getting a one-on-one time with Alone to talk through it, just send a message to Yuval, who's his new L Daddy, or you can send it to us and we'll let him know and he'll schedule something with you from there. But we really hope that you'll join us. Again, if you have questions, holler at us, and we hope that you'll be joining us for the full year in Israel. Bye. We love you. Adios. Hasta la vista. And recording out.